to share with you 10 things that Cinnabun absolutely hates. Rabbits are finicky, rabbits are weird, and they're kind of hard to understand sometimes. Hello Buns, and welcome back to Cinnabun Sundays, a weekly video series where we talk about all things bunny. I'm Morgan, Cinnabun's bun mom, and today I'm going to share with you 10 things that Cinnabun absolutely hates. Now I know I sound like a broken record here. Rabbits are finicky, rabbits are weird, and they're kind of hard to understand sometimes. So I figured that if I broke down 10, some like very realistic, but also some just really irrational things that Cinnabun hates, it might normalize any weird behaviors that you've seen in your rabbit, or prepare you if you're thinking of getting a rabbit for just things to be on the lookout for. Because some of these things on this list, you're gonna be like, huh? Now I'm not saying that everything on this list of things that Cinnabun hates is like every rabbit is gonna hate it, but I just thought it would be fun to share. So with that, let's jump into the 10 things. Also, let me know below if anything on this list your rabbit also hates, or like just add something new in there. It's just something weird that your rabbit hates. I would love to see. All right, kicking off with something that I think is pretty consistent among most rabbits, and it's being held. And I want to amend this a little bit, and instead of just being held, more so the act of being picked up and lifted. For the most part, rabbits don't love the act of being lifted off the ground because their prey instinct jumps in and they automatically think whatever is lifting them up is a predator. Now that's not the case for all rabbits. Some love a good pick up and cuddle, but Cinnabun hates it. In fact, we use picking her up as punishment if she's doing something really, really naughty. Because usually if I pick her up while she's doing something I'm telling her no about, she's not gonna do it again. She just doesn't like her feet off the ground. So I try to avoid picking her up unless I absolutely have to. And then within the same world as being lifted, she also hates being groomed. I am so jealous of the bunnies out there that love to be brushed, but it is not Cinnabun. I brush her on a table that's high up, but anytime I'm brushing her, her little teeth are chattering. I can just tell she's upset, and then when I put her down, she always gives me a big thump. Unfortunately for Cinnabun, grooming is part of her maintenance. I have to groom her, but that doesn't mean she hates it any less. So if you are someone whose rabbit also hates being groomed, I'm with you. Cinnabun does not like it one bit. So next up on my list is Cinnabun hates the kitchen. Now, you know what she does love is the refrigerator because greens come out of there, but she hates the kitchen because she really hates when we're cooking. I think it's the smoke and the smell of just like cooking and spices and the loud noises in there, but anytime we start cooking, Cinnabun is like, y'all, the house is on fire, we're gonna die. Kind of in the same realm as the kitchen is our fourth thing that she hates, which is a can being opened. Think like soda, beer, anything with like the that click. I don't know what it is, but she hates it. She hates it. Anytime I open it, she just like freezes. And my guess is that it's like the frequency or the pitch of the sound of that can being opened. That is like her least favorite noise in the world. We can be watching TV and there are bombs going off. We can have people over and it's loud and she is just fully flopped and fine. But you open up a can of Pepsi and she's like, oh my God, we're gonna die. The next thing she hates is when I pluck little furs from her tail, from her butt, from her body. You know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like the plucky furs on your rabbit. When your rabbit is shedding, there'll be like little tufts of fur that are sticking out that you can just grab and pull out. It's really, really satisfying actually. But let me tell you, Cinnabun does not like when I pluck those. She doesn't really like when I touch her butt in general, but specifically when I pull them out, it does not hurt them. It's probably like the faintest pressure, but it's not painful for her by any means, but she does not like when I pull those things out, let me tell you. This next one I threw in because it's just kind of silly, but she hates Bryant's phone cords, not mine. Cinnabun has eaten her way through many a cord in our house, but the funny consistent thing about the cords that she has taken bites out of is all of them are Bryant's. There have been times where she has hopped over my cords on the ground and taken a chomp out of his. So we're starting to think that there's some kind of revenge vendetta plot going on because at this point it's no longer a coincidence. She's out for blood. Number 7 on my list is Cinnabun hates sneezing. Similar to the sound of a can being opened, we can be doing so many things. I can be yelling, the TV can be loud, music can be playing, fine, but someone sneezes, whether it's a quiet sneeze or a loud sneeze, her eyes get huge and she's like, what was that? It must just be like the pitch or the sound to her ears, whatever it is. If you guys know what it is, let me know, but I just think it's funny that so many noises she's totally fine and bomb-proof to, and then like a sneeze or a can, it's the end. Number 8, Cinnabun hates when I rearrange her space. And this is pretty consistent with almost all rabbits. Rabbits are creatures of habit. We all know that. And if you move anything in their space, they are not gonna be happy about it. So at Christmas time when I'm decorating, she is so involved. She's like, what are you doing? You're moving my stuff. This is my stuff, don't touch it. But then what's funny is if you move something, after a few days, she'll get used to it being there. So if you move it back, then she freaks out again because she's like, why'd you move my stuff? Don't touch my stuff. This is mine. The 9th thing that Cinnabun hates is being pet and touched without consent. Cinnabun is a finicky little lady and she loves a good snuggle, but she wants to be the one to ask for the snuggle. She does not want you to be the one offering up the snuggles. If Cinnabun's not in the mood to be pet and you reach for her, you're not gonna be touching that fluffy little fur. However, if she's wanting snuggles, you will know. She will come up and nudge and follow you around, run around your feet. She's begging for it, but if it's on my terms, if I'm wanting to pet her, forget about it. And the very last thing that Cinnabun absolutely hates is spinach. I give her a spring mix every morning, and in that spring mix is spinach, and she will actively eat everything on the plate except for the spinach. I've started just picking it out of her lettuce because it's just not even worth it at this point, and we can save that spinach for Bryant or me to eat. So it's just funny how picky she can be. Like, she loves so many things, but if there's spinach on the plate, she's like, ew, gross. So Buns, that's everything that Cinnabun hates. Like I said, comment down below what your rabbit hates. I would love to know, and I will see you in our next video. Bye, Buns!